Hey love bugs, Cassie here, lead goddess at Zendout. So I'm continuing my intuition series on the blog and ending with herbs for intuition. So I am a huge herbal fan. I love tea. I drink tea all the time, every day. Herbal tea. I drink it. I take tea baths. I love tea. So I was so excited to really dive deeper into some of these really powerful herbs and share some information with you about how to use them to access your intuition. So the three most important things when we're talking about accessing the intuition in relation to herbs is having a clear mind, a calm body, and protection. So of course, anytime we're working with the intuition, we want to make sure that our minds are clear of any unwanted thoughts. That hamster wheel of constant thinking is kind of slowing down, and we want to make sure our bodies are calm so we can really sink into our own bodies and access that intuitive energy. And then as far as protection, anytime you're accessing your intuition or the psychic realm, you want to make sure that you're keeping your energy body very protected. So there are so many herbs to help with this, probably even more than I listed in this blog post, but these are some of my favorites. So as always, if you want to dive deeper into this, just head over to the blog at zendout.com/blog, and you can read more and see the full recipes for everything I share here. I'm going to share 2 of the recipes and a few of the herbs that I talk about in the blog. So the first 2 herbs that I want to talk about are chamomile and lavender, which are 2 of my favorites. So both of these herbs are nervines and antispasmatics. So what that means is that they both calm the nervous system and calm your muscles. So they really work on you on the physical level to calm and soothe your body, really helping you sink into the right mind space and physically the body space that you need to be in to receive intuitive information. Okay, so for the tea recipe that I suggest on the blog, I suggest chamomile and lavender, and then the third one is blue lotus. So blue lotus is so amazing. It was really prized in ancient Egyptian times. They grew so much of this stuff and used it for so many different rituals, and it's beautiful. So this is blue lotus. I just bought mine at a local herb shop, but you can find it online. Just make sure you get food grade. Anima Mundi is a brand that I reference often that I really love, and they offer a really lovely blue lotus tea as well. So for the intuition tea, I suggest chamomile, lavender, and blue lotus. So blue lotus is also a nervine and antispasmodic, so it's also going to calm, but it's also been found that it has some alkaloids in it that have a subtle psychoactive effect. So it's not going to make you like trip like you're on peyote or anything like that, but I will say when I add the blue lotus to my lavender and chamomile tea blend, it really does add another level of really calm and relaxation and really getting my brain in that space to be very receptive. So it does pack a punch. I suggest only drinking this tea if you're kind of settling in for the evening and you don't have anywhere else to go. So as I talk about on the blog, and as I was mentioning, so I love drinking tea, but I also love taking tea baths. So this recipe works just as well for a tea bath. So if you've ever purchased from us, our jewelry and our crystals come in these muslin bags. They work perfect for tea baths. This is what I use at home anytime I take a tea bath. So if you're drinking a tea, you can use, a lot of times I'll use a pre-made tea bag. I also like traditional medicines. They have one that's just chamomile and lavender. This one is great too, but it does have some other things in it. It has both lavender and chamomile, but some extra things as well. So a lot of times I'll use a tea bag and then just pop a little blue lotus in there with the tea bag for a very calming blend. But if you are going to do a tea bath, you probably want to get some loose herbs. So you can find loose lavender, loose chamomile. A lot of different shops online offer them. And you'll just want to add about tablespoon, you could even use 2 tablespoons depending on how much you have, of each of the loose dried herbs into your mesh bag for a tea bath. And then I just kind of use these little ties here to tie around the top of the faucet so the water kind of runs over it as you fill up your tub, and then you can just pop this in the bath and let it soak there. So, you know, if you really want to take it to the next level, you can make your tea bath and then drink your intuition tea as well. So that might be a really delightful, yummy way to spend an evening and then dive into some oracle card readings or scrying. So that's my first one, and like I said, it's really going to help calm your nervous system, your muscles, your mind. It's just going to really help you drop in to accessing your intuition. So the next thing I want to talk about is, like I said, protection. So anytime you're working with intuition, protection is essential. There's so many ways to do this. You can certainly work with different crystals for protection, which we've got lots of information on the blog about this. But mugwort is one of my favorites when working with protection for the intuition. So mugwort is, it's been used by different cultures all over the world. I actually have a blog post all about mugwort that I shared last year. So if you're really into this herb, definitely read that blog post. But I like to use herb as a smoke blend for intuition because you can really use it to waft around your space. So in this smoke blend recipe that I share on the blog, it uses mugwort, lavender, again because I just am a big lavender fiend, you can't have too much of that, and then frankincense. So frankincense is another great herb for intuition. It could also be substituted with myrrh. Personally, I just really enjoy frankincense, so that's why I used it for this one. So frankincense has long been associated with accessing higher states of consciousness and kind of being able to focus and center the mind. So it's really great for meditation. And for me, I really feel like it helps kind of clear out my head and zone in and focus. So frankincense is always offered in, not always, you can also find it in an essential oil form, but it's a resin, so you can see. And then I share a great video on the blog post and earlier on our Instagram feed of some ways to do this, but I'll show you here too. I've got my abalone shell with a charcoal disc, and then you just pop some resin on there. So it would be the same for your dried herbs. So I just keep a little bowl of loose herbs here on my altar of whatever I'm working with. So I've got some lavender and some mugwort that I'll pop on here too. And this is just a really great way to not only cleanse the space before your intuitive practice, but like I said, kind of waft that smoke around your area as an energetic shield basically before you practice any intuitive work. So those are some more great options. So the last recipe, which you can hop onto the blog to read more about this last recipe, but it's a spray. And in the spray, I use peppermint and rosemary and some other things, but these herbs are really great for, like I said, clearing out the mind. So really cleansing out, clearing out anything that's maybe, you know, just stagnating in your mind, or you've got that hamster wheel or any fears or anxieties. It's just going to help clear those away to really open you up and make you more receptive to receiving intuitive information, okay? So I do hope that you found some of these intuitive herbal suggestions helpful. If you use any of the recipes, of course, tag Zend out, let me know. I would love to see it. If you are loving this herbal information, the Goddess Discovery Book Volume 2 is what you want to take a look at next. So Goddess Discovery Volume 2 really dives into a variety of different herbs and ways to use them. So I suggest that book of my 2 Goddess Discovery books if you're really interested in learning more about herbs. So again, you can hop on over to the blog at zendout.com/blog to learn more about using these herbs for your intuition, or to grab that Goddess Discovery Book Volume 2. So I hope you're having a beautiful week and have a wonderful weekend, and maybe you can fit some time in for some of this herbal magic to dive deep into some intuitive practices. All right, my loves, until next time.